Okay, I'm out riding around this morning. Excuse me. And you can see Planet X in the sky. You can see the redness from the iron oxide bouncing off of it in the night clouds this time of the morning. What it looks like is it's in orbit to the right of the moon. It's like to the right. If he was facing south, you can see it off to the right. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this this little time theory that I came up with, right? So let's stick with the hypothetical situation, since we got a lot of scientists out there claiming that we're living in some type of simulated reality, right? So how about this? In 1996, after the fallout or whatever, nuclear, asteroid, whatever it was, they put us in the cryo underground here on this planet. Because I theorized they could have put us on the moon or Mars, which those could be possibilities also, but most likely the average everyday Joes that survive were put underground in cryo. So when they put us underground, we start living in a simulator. But it's just like the Matrix. If you get killed inside the simulator, you die in real life. And the humans are the targets. Anybody that's human is a target, because you're a targeted individual. So you're going to be targeted by these other classifications. Like I told you guys, 1 through 6 is the classifications. We're going to get into those classifications later. Now, with this asteroid, since it's playing cloak and dagger, right? No, it's not playing cloak and dagger. It's right in front of me. It's got wings. Okay, I see it. I see it now. It's got wings. Look like the iron oxide got wings around it. Hellbop, in coordination with this thing, Hellbop is 26 years in orbit with Planet X. So Hellbop orbits Planet X in the opposite direction. Okay? So if Hellbop made its appearance in 1996 and we woke up out of cryo, or they programmed us into the simulator after the damn thing passed in 2013, then like I said, this could be the year 2039, because the only way they can fake the simulator got to see, look at that. The simulator got to reprogram you back into the original day. Well, it's it's gonna program you to go back into the day after 2013, after it passes Earth. After it passes, that's what it's going to do. But the simulator gonna make you think it's 1996. because it wants you to believe that you're still on Earth and everything's okay. The simulator don't want you to panic. That's what it is. Artificial intelligence has been programmed with CGI and everything. So now what we have here is that if we believe that our reality is fake and crossed and everything is bent, like Quasi Lamos said in some of his videos back in 2012, then there's a slight possibility that we could have been crossed into the simulator. Now, the catch with the simulator is when a computer crashes. What's going to make the computer crash is the asteroid. Now, Hellbop could have had its own, like I said, its own little asteroid field around it too. And it could have caused a little minor pole shift, but it could have pole shift enough to where we lost the power grid, but they already had the simulator built underground. So once the computer crashes, we all gonna come out into the real realities, no matter what year it is. If it's the year 2039, even if they run to their I will say virtual Mars, like they plan on doing, when the computer crash, they're gonna be underground on the moon or Mars or whatever planet they choose. I don't know how many planets they got to run to. That's hard to figure out. But once the simulator crashed, now the reality on Mars is there's no way they living above ground, because that thing just passed 26 years ago. Maybe you know what? There's a slight possibility the atmosphere on Mars could be fully rebuilt and habitable, and they just don't want people to know. In a way, that's why they're taking off up there, because if it is the year 2039, that means it's the year 2037 on Mars, and that means they didn't fix that thing up. They didn't have 24 years to fix it up enough where they could run and leave us down here on this planet. And once our computer crash here, all our realities are going to come crashing down, and the real reality is going to show what Planet X has actually done to our atmosphere and actually done to our planet. The simulator only can hold on for so long if the planet is causing a pole shift. If this planet is causing this planet to pole shift, the simulator only can hold on for so long. That's why it's going to be cracks in the infrastructure. Stuff is breaking down. That's if this is a simulator. Now, the real-time theory, the only way we can be in real time is the story is, on the other side of the timeline, we were all basically superheroes, okay? We were superheroes, and we had supervillains, right? So the supervillains wanted our planet. They wanted our resources and stuff, like they always do, just like in the movies. They want the resources and stuff, so they went to war with us. They wanted Mars too. They wanted Mars to. We had to fight them for Mars, and we had to fight them for Pluto on the other timeline. Because Jupiter used to be their sun, like our sun, but their sun though. Jupiter was created from one of their planets colliding or whatever. Like it goes on and on, like history repeats itself. That's what I'm trying to say. History repeats itself, right? So on the other timeline, about 14,000 years ago, Pluto was destroyed. So when Pluto was destroyed, it sent all the other planets either doom the planet's atmosphere, change the planet's atmosphere, because it used to be a time where all 13 planets were habitable. All 13 planets used to float around Jupiter were habitable, okay? So once we had this explosion, all the atmosphere of these planets changed. Except for Earth. Except for this planet here, where we on. This planet is special. This planet is special. This planet belonged to the supervillains. That's why. But it was the planet was supposed to be maintained as an agreement between the superheroes and the supervillains. Once they destroyed Pluto, we had no choice but to come here to this planet on this timeline. And basically, that's how we lost all our superpowers and stuff. We lost all our superpowers and everything because the Jupiter sun, the actual sun, gave us light energy. We used to live in a light energy source atmosphere where anything light or anything great or anything righteous gave us power. Gave us like superpowers, like Samson and all them people. Samson and David, you know, in the Bible and stuff. Those people basically still was using their gifted abilities. How can I say? So now we're in a time paradox where you're playing a guessing game, but no matter what, when, like I said, when this asteroid crashes down the grid, it's going to show the real reality. You don't know if we could breathe, if this thing gonna let us breathe or not afterwards. You people better be getting some oxygen masks or something, and stocking up on some oxygen supplies, and get you a snowsuit, because you don't know how cold it's going to be afterwards, because it's going to heat the sky up to 150 degrees, or at least heat the sky up to 135 degrees, like a little mini oven. Then once it passes over, we're going to have nuclear winter. Okay? We're going to have nuclear winter. So you have to be prepared. You have to go get your thermals and your camos or whatever you're going to need, because after this thing passes, it might be so cold, it's going to be hard to cook. So you ain't going to be able to make a fire. So you're going to need propane. You're going to need a propane lighter and a propane stove, because it might be too cold to make a fire. But the cold only going to last for so long, though. It's only going to be cold for probably an hour or two, like extreme cold, like below zero cold. And then after that, that's when the climate going to change and it's going to warm up or whatever. Or it might be cold like that for about a week. Who knows? But the climate is going to change. This thing is going to change the climate. That's what it does. Okay? That's what that thing does. And I'm almost assuming that's what Hale-Bopp does too. It's almost like it's a double whammy. That's why they said that some of the scientists said, oh, there's two suns in the sky. Yeah, because you're looking at Hale-Bopp and you're looking at the damn Planet X at the same time. You're looking at both of them. You're looking at Hale-Bopp and Planet X at the same time. If it is two suns. I mean, I've seen some of the pictures, but I haven't done really my own evidence or investigations yet. But I'm coming up with this update with the asteroid chart next. Because I seen something on the asteroid chart that I was curious about. And I'm going to make sure that ain't nobody, snatching no dots off the screen. You know what I'm saying? We're going to connect all the dots and all the X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you pay attention to the weather. That snow in Buffalo, what's going on is that lava is underground, right? It's under the water in Lake Erie, like I've done in my previous reports. And you got a little bit of earthquake activity up there too, because you had the earthquake activity on the Interstate 90 about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was a very small earthquake, but it was right on the interstate up there in Buffalo. Right on the interstate. So what I'm trying to say is that heat from the lava, this person trying to kick me. Tried to, didn't work. The heat from the lava is intensifying that storm because that water is sea-based cold, but once you get to the sea floor, it's 80 degrees. It's probably hotter than that. So it's causing more precipitation in the clouds. You're getting actual, you might as well say a steam bath. So it's going to cause more snowflakes. It's definitely lake effect snow, but it's more intensified because you got lava sitting under Lake Erie. It's bubbling. You go down there deep in Lake Erie right now, it's bubbling. It's like it's like stuff you see at Yellowstone with the little geysers and stuff. Yeah, that water temperature probably be about 50 or 60 degrees though. Or a little colder than that probably this time of the year. But you're going to get those geysers down there. I bet you. You get a deep sea underwater team from the USGS or the Navy or the Coast Guard or anybody. If y'all could get a device to get down there to the bottom of Lake Erie, you're going to see its geysers. And they're bubbling up, just like on the Sonic video game. So, how about this? The next one, definitely going to be the asteroid chart. Because that's the most important thing to look at, is the asteroid chart. And I want to say a shout out. I wouldn't say a shout out, but yeah, most definitely. A shout out to all the veterans of the United States Armed Forces that's serving home and domestic. Thumbs up to United States Space Force. Thumbs up to them for protecting our planet. And that's it.